not plagiarism if you're learning from many sources.
Yeah.
Like that Wilson Misner quote Kleon uses. If you steal from one author, it's plagiarism. If you steal from many, it's research.
That's brilliant. It makes it about learning and influence, not just
Yeah.
immaculate conception of ideas.
Right. And it means you need to surround yourself with good stuff because, like Kleon says, you're only going to be as good as the stuff you surround yourself with. It's about your inputs.
This is Kairos' powerful personal development system by Alex Radish. The Loop of Mastery. 6 days of growth. 1 day of stoic clarity. Then the cycle restarts. Your moment is now.
Have you ever found yourself just completely absorbed in something creative? Maybe writing or coding, painting. Could even be like solving a really tough problem. And the world outside just kind of fades away. You look up, hours are gone, but you feel energized, right? Not drained.
Yeah.
Alive.
That's it, that almost magical feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So today we're doing a deep dive into that specific thing.
Yeah.
How can you intentionally unlock that state? We're looking at Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi's flow concept.
The classic.
Right. And seeing how it fits so well with Alex Radish's more modern Kairos philosophy.
Yeah.
Specifically the creativity part of it.
Yeah, that's our focus. And just for context, Kairos is this whole personal growth framework, 6 dimensions: creativity, affluence, intellectual relationships, organism that's health, and spiritual growth.
Got it.
But today, it's all about creativity. And really the practical side from Kairos, how do we get past that fear, that procrastination, the stuff that holds us back?
Okay, let's unpack that because we talk about the joy. But what about just starting? That blank page or the screen? That feeling inside that just blocks you, waiting for inspiration to just magically appear. It feels like this amazing state of flow just happens, or it doesn't.
But what if that friction, that block, is actually a clue?
A clue. How so?
Well, Steven Pressfield, in The War of Art, he gives it a name: resistance. He talks about it as this internal force working against you doing your most important work.
Okay.
But here's the really interesting twist. He says, the more important a call or action is to our soul's evolution, the more resistance we will feel toward pursuing it.
Okay, so the feeling of not wanting to do it
Might actually be a sign that it's really important. It kind of flips the whole thing on its head. Resistance isn't just annoying, it could be like a compass, pointing you towards what really matters for your growth.
That's a huge reframe for procrastination, isn't it?
Yeah.
That dread, feeling stuck. Maybe it means you're actually on the right track. You just need to push through.
Exactly. And it totally busts that myth of just waiting around for inspiration to strike, right? How many people say, oh, I can't start, I'm not in the mood.
All the time. You feel like you need that perfect lightning bolt moment.
Yeah, but the pros know better. Stephen King, right? Amateurs sit and wait for inspiration. The rest of us just get up and go to work. It's about discipline.
Showing up.
Showing up. Like that Somerset Mama line Pressfield quotes. Something like, I write only when inspiration strikes. Fortunately, it strikes every morning at 9 o'clock sharp.
Oh, I love that. So discipline actually creates the inspiration in a way.
It creates the conditions for it. You set the table, and inspiration, maybe flow, comes to dinner.
Okay, that handles the showing up part. But what about the other big hurdle? That pressure to be, completely original.
Oh, yeah. The it's all been done before feeling.
Right. Like, if it's not 100% new, it's
Yeah.
not valuable. Paralyzing.
It really can. And that's where Austin Kleon's steal like an artist is so liberating. His main point. Nothing is original.
Okay, tell me more.
He basically says all creative work builds on what came before. It's all remix, reinterpretation. We learn by copying at first. But he says, don't just steal the style, steal the thinking behind the style.
Ah, so understand why it works.
Exactly. It's research, not plagiarism if you're learning from many sources.
Yeah.
Like that Wilson Misner quote Kleon uses. If you steal from one author, it's plagiarism. If you steal from many, it's research.
That's brilliant. It makes it about learning and influence, not just
Yeah.
immaculate conception of ideas.
Right. And it means you need to surround yourself with good stuff because, like Kleon says, you're only going to be as good as the stuff you surround yourself with. It's about your inputs.
So putting this together, resistance is a compass, discipline invites inspiration, originality is about remixing. How does this all tie into the Kairos view of creativity? Sounds like it's about creating beyond fear, not without it.
Precisely. Kairos really emphasizes showing up like a pro consistently. And then you layer in someone like Elizabeth Gilbert from Big Magic.
Ah, yes. Big Matt.
Yeah, she talks about approaching creativity with curiosity and courage, not fear. Don't burden your art with needing to be famous or perfect. Just create for the joy, for yourself.
That takes the pressure off.
Massively. And she has this great line. Most things have already been done, but they have not yet been done by you. Your unique take is the value.
I like that.
And her take on fear is just brilliant. She says, basically, fear shows up every day yelling, "Stop!" And you just say, okay, fear, I see you. Thanks for sharing. Now scoot over. I've got work to do.
Acknowledge it and carry on.
You create with it, not waiting for it to vanish, because it probably won't.
Okay, this is great context. We've got the battle, the showing up, the originality thing sorted. Now let's get to the really interesting part. That peak state itself. Flow. Talk to us about Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi.
Right, flow. It's really the scientific foundation for understanding that optimal creative experience. Csikszentmihalyi spent his life studying it.
What is it exactly?
He defined it as this state of like maximum involvement. You're completely absorbed, no distractions, sense of self kind of disappears, time warps.
That hours feel like minutes thing.
Exactly. It gets called Zen in action, or the highest form of creative presence. He found that when we are involved in creativity, we feel that we are living more fully than during the rest of life. It's a source of deep meaning.
And I bet everyone listening has felt some version of this, right? Maybe not even in art. Could be gardening or playing chess or coding.
Absolutely. Anywhere you get that deep absorption.
So what are the signs?
Yeah.
How do you know you're actually in flow?
Well, Csikszentmihalyi outlined about 8 key characteristics. They're like signposts.
Okay, let's hear them.
First, full concentration, just laser focus, no room for anything else.
Undivided attention. Got it.
Which leads to number 2, disappearance of time, that weird temporal distortion we talked about.
Yeah.
Third, a feeling of control, not forced, but like you're effortlessly handling the task. You feel competent.
Like you're skiing downhill perfectly.
Good analogy. Fourth is internal motivation. You're doing it just for the sake of doing it. The joy is in the activity itself, not some external reward. It's autotelic.
The work is the reward.
Exactly. Fifth, the merging of action and consciousness. No gap between you and what you're doing. You are the action.
You dissolve into it.
Pretty much. And that leads to six. Absence of inner dialogue or fear. The self-critic just shuts up for a while.
Oh, that's the dream.
Isn't it? Seventh is continuous feedback. You just kind of know if you're on the right track. You don't need someone telling you. The process itself gives feedback.
An intuitive sense of progress.
Right. And finally, eighth, the task has to be challenging but aligned with your skills. It pushes you, but it's not so hard you get frustrated or so easy you get bored. It's that sweet spot.
The Goldilocks zone of challenge.
You got it. And the really empowering part of his work is this. Flow is not a mystical state, but a condition we can intentionally invite.
Okay, that's the key. It's not random luck.
No, he believed that control of consciousness determines the quality of life, meaning we can actively shape our focus and engagement to have more of these peak experiences. It's about designing for flow.
So how do we do that? How do we practically invite this state? How do we build our own flow space?
Well, a Kairos material gives a really practical daily practice for this. It breaks it down.
Let's get practical then. Step 1.
First, identify your activity. Pick something creative or intellectual where you've maybe felt this before, even fleetingly. Writing, coding, music, analysis, whatever your thing is, it helps to have a target activity.
Okay, makes sense. What's next?
Second, and this is maybe the most crucial, prepare your space without distractions. Seriously. Phone needs to go away, like another room away.
Ooh, tough one for many.
I know, but essential. Set a timer, maybe 45, 60 minutes, so you have a defined block. And kill the digital noise, close tabs, turn off notifications, silence everything. You need a sanctuary.
Create the container.
Exactly. Third, start with a short focus trigger. Something simple, maybe 5 deep breaths, and then tell yourself, mentally or out loud, okay, entering play space now, everything else can wait. It's like drawing a line in the sand for your brain.
A little ritual to signal the shift. I like it.
Fourth, work in rhythm without judgment. This is key. Just do the thing. Don't edit as you go. Don't critique. Don't second guess. Just act. Let it flow. Literally. It's about process, not perfection at this stage.
Get out of your own way.
Totally. And then finally, fifth, reflect afterward. When the timer goes, just take a minute. What did it feel like? Did time disappear? What helped you focus? What tripped you up? This helps you tweak it for next time.
That sounds like building a system. which reminds me of James Clear in Atomic Habits. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems.
Precisely. It's about making deep work habitual, supported by the environment.
And it's not just the focused work time, is it? It's also about what you do outside that time. I remember hearing about filling the well, making sure you have experiences, read things, talk to people.
Absolutely. You need inputs to have outputs. Walks, reading, conversations, art. It all feeds the creative engine, so you have something to flow with when you sit down.
So how does this flow state really mesh with the bigger Kairos philosophy?
It connects beautifully on multiple levels. The
Yeah.
Kairos principle of presence. Flow is arguably the deepest form of being right here, right now, totally immersed.
Yeah.
Then play. Flow often happens when the activity is its own reward, when you're doing it for the enjoyment, not just the outcome. That's pure playfulness.
Makes sense.
Rhythm and focus are obvious, the time blocks, the quiet space, limiting distractions. It's all about establishing rhythm and enabling focus. The body as a compass principle. Think about the feeling of flow, that lightness, that merging, that sense of effortlessness. Your body tells you when you're in that state.
You feel it physically.
You do. And finally, discipline through inspiration. This is the core idea we started with. You don't wait, you create the conditions, you show up. And as Kairos says, flow doesn't come to one who waits. It comes to one who shows up.
It really ties it all together. Discipline isn't the enemy of creativity, it's the gateway to flow.
That's a great way to put it.
So for everyone listening, after hearing all this, what's something practical they can do, like right now or today, to start cultivating more flow?
A really good start is to grab those self-refreshing questions from the Kairos material, or just ask yourself similar things like, okay, where is resistance really stopping me? What's that thing I'm avoiding?
Identify the resistance.
Yeah, and then ask, what's the absolute smallest first step I could take on that today? Just tiny, or flip it. What would I create if I wasn't scared of it sucking or being judged?
Tap into the desire behind the fear.
Exactly. And also reflect. When have I felt flow before? What was I doing? What were the conditions? How can I recreate maybe just one of those conditions tomorrow? Make it personal.
Connect it to your own experience. That makes it less abstract.
And I like that Kairos idea of an evening completion ritual too.
Oh, that's a lovely practice.
Just closing your eyes, remembering a moment of flow or deep engagement from the day, really feeling it again, and then just thanking yourself, the space, the process. It kind of anchors it, doesn't it?
It really does. It reinforces those pathways.
Yeah.
And maybe adopt a little mantra for yourself, like, I can create flow, I trust this process, I show up.
Simple reminders.
Yeah. And the Kairos stuff even gets into things like, setting up 21-day flow trackers or using AI prompts for flow windows. These are just tools, systems to make showing up and preparing for that deep work easier, more automatic over time.
Making it a habit.
Making it a habit.
Wow. Okay, we've covered a lot today. From understanding resistance and the power of just showing up to debunking the originality myth and really diving deep into Csikszentmihalyi's flow state through the lens of Alex Radish's Kairos framework.
And the big takeaway seems clear. It's not about waiting for lightning to strike. It's about consistently, intentionally creating the space, showing up with courage, and trusting the process.
Exactly. Your creative depth, that potential for flow, it's not out there, it's already in you. The challenge is just, as the material says, to open the space and enter.
Open the space and enter. I love that. So here's a final thought for you, our listener, to chew on. If that feeling of resistance is a compass, pointing towards what your soul needs to engage with, what project, what idea, what challenge have you been resisting lately? Could that be your next gateway into profound flow?
You've completed one Kairos cycle, but this is only the beginning. Each week, we return to these 6 pillars and stoic reflection, deepening your mastery with every round. Stay committed, and you'll build a life of resilience, purpose, and lasting impact. Remember, the moment is always now.